Hi, welcome to Zenagallery. My name is Zena, and I'm going to provide a energy message. So let's see what we get today. So the first message I get is in reference to humor, maybe the lack of humor, the lack of things that may make you laugh. So make sure you are finding things to make you smile and laugh. There may be a revelation that has not been revealed yet, or something that you're waiting to be revealed. Make sure you're being positive and looking for the answers. It will be a miracle. Let me keep going. It will come out to be a miracle. Okay, so make sure you are calling on your spirit team, your angels, your guardian angels, God, your soul tribe, because you may be in between stages of the revelation, but there will be some positive outcome. You're going to receive an assurance that it is going to be a positive outcome. Whatever it may be, that it's going to be a miracle, despite you may think it is impossible. That's what I'm getting. Let me keep going. And this could be a reference to like a job, something within self that you may want. Let's see. Make sure you're using compassion towards yourself when it comes to your potential. And make sure you are keeping track of possibly if there is a pattern of something. A pattern. Make sure that could go both ways. Make sure you're not creating a pattern when it comes to things that may not suit you at this time, but make sure you are having compassion for yourself if you are possibly stuck in a pattern. When it comes to fortune and finances, if there is a lack, or if you're still waiting on something when it comes to finances or fortune or things in investment, just make sure you're adapting to the lack of fortune or the lack of financial stability. All right, when it comes to wise leadership and maybe a pastor, a minister, a priest, or religious people, make sure that you are knowledgeable. Whoever, or it could be even mentorship. Make sure you're knowledgeable when it comes to that wise leadership. Let's keep going. Make sure you're knowledgeable or this could be possibly consult a wise leadership. Okay, so for knowledge when it comes to communicating what, let's see, when it comes to possibly communication, maybe with your spiritual beliefs, or okay, yeah, that's what I got. Okay, so make sure you are consulting possibly wise leadership, and that could be pastor, minister, priest, mentor, somebody that is knowledgeable when it comes to communication with self, and possibly communicating something that you may lack in communication when it comes to divine wisdom. I'm seeing a lack of spiritual guidance. That's what I'm getting. A lack of spiritual guidance. Don't stay still and don't sit still in something that when it comes to if you need spiritual guidance, or maybe what I get with this, maybe you're experiencing revelations, miracles, maybe the lack of revelation, the lack of miracle. So consult a divine spiritual advisory, but make sure that you are double checking when it comes to that. There's nothing wrong with asking for help or doing some research. That's what I'm getting. Make sure you're just not sitting still when it comes to the lack of divine wisdom. Let's see. Continue to go with the flow. Let's see what else. Yeah, continue to go with the flow and make sure you are, despite you may be going with the flow, make sure you are accepting the fact that you need to have compassion for yourself and nurture yourself. Okay, I'm getting a lot of lack of compassion and acceptance. Okay, accepting a situation so that you can make a change and nurture yourself, especially if this is someone going through a spiritual awakening, a rebirth, dark night of the soul, some shadow work. This is a rebirth. Everybody's at a different spiritual level. Just make sure I'm getting, like I said, the compassion and the nurturing and the acceptance, radical acceptance when it comes to being open-minded and not sitting still, and possibly, speaking with someone that could maybe understand when it comes to spirituality or religion. Let me keep going. A study group, possibly. Yeah, so make sure that you're not focusing on any type of trickery, illusion, magic, things that are of, I hate to use the word death, but I can't really think of another word. Okay, so death, magic, darkness. Okay, darkness. Let's just say anything that is darkness. That's not, uplifting, confusing. Make sure you are doing your best to focus on your spirit, like what feels home to you inside your spirit, your soul, your gut. Make sure you're not focusing on things that are outside of your temple, which is your home, your inside. Okay, your mind. Let me keep going. Yeah, focus on that communion when it comes to God, our Father, Holy Spirit, our soul, our spiritual level when it comes to what you may be surrounded by. Make sure you're using water when it comes to drinking water, cleansing, taking showers, baths, any type of water healing. Make sure you are cleansing properly, obviously taking a shower every day, even if you have to take several. Make sure that's a big factor, because that will cleanse any type of stagnant energy that may be around the outside of the body. And it'll also make you feel better internally. Let's see. It will also get rid of any type of illusions. Okay, it will help with, the water will help with co-creation. So co-creation within self, your rebirth, your focus. Let me keep going. Make sure you're getting out in nature. Anything that is earthy. So, getting out in the trees, maybe exercising outside, stretching outside, getting that sunlight, getting some flowers, maybe some plants. It will help with any type of internal wisdom and self-mastery. So anything that will help you feel at ease within self. Let's keep going. Where are we at? 9 minutes? Okay. Make sure you are taking care of yourself when it comes to hygiene. So, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, putting on lotion, wearing clean clothes. Make sure you are taking care of your beautification this reading is for a man or a woman, but make sure you are taking care of yourself. When you look good on the outside, you feel good. Even if you're not feeling well, it does help. But when you're not taking care of your hygiene or anything like that, if you're already feeling down, then you'll feel even worse when you're not really looking up to, par. And not saying, you have to go beautification, just to, show off or make yourself feel like, oh, I gotta look beautiful and I feel like shit on the inside. Nah, it's not really about that. This is more about, you know, doing the basics, taking care of your health, and so that you can call in any type of new beginnings when it comes to self wisdom, self mastery, self having compassion for self. All right, when it comes to, make sure you're living in your truth when it comes to being generous with yourself. Okay, so don't be cheap with yourself when it comes to taking care of yourself. And that could be financially, that could be health wise, you know, possibly, going shopping, or maybe spending the money to go to the dentist or go see that chiropractor, stuff like that. Make sure you're not being like a cheapskate when it comes to being generous and compassionate with yourself and nurturing yourself. If your feet are hurting, buy some new sneakers that may make your feet feel comfortable. Little stuff like that. So this is not more about like materialistic stuff. This is more about that will help your mental health and create open energy for wisdom to make divine decisions within self, okay? Make sure you have self-love every day, all day. Let's see, 12 minutes, almost finished. What else? All right, so make sure when it comes to forgiving yourself and forgiving others, make sure you're not holding yourself up with forgiveness. Life is all about ups and downs, and it's all about learning and moving forward. Make sure you are forgiving yourself when it comes to your salvation, when it comes to any secrets. Make sure, what I get with that is just like, really be in communion when it comes to God, asking for forgiveness, not allowing the world to rob you of your salvation, and any secrets that maybe, are internally or whatever the case may be. Make sure that is in communion with God, and so that it's not blocking your divine wisdom. All right, let me keep going. Yeah, so that it's not blocking your creative spark when it comes your creativity, your next step in life, okay? When it comes to using your time with the limited time that we have here on earth, okay? That's just what I'm getting. So don't allow, any type of secrets to make you feel, not worthy of the time that you have here on earth. Make sure you are loving yourself, finding situations to take care of yourself, smile, focus on your ambition, focus on the future. Don't focus so much on maybe a tough path. We all experience things in life. So if life was rough towards you, don't focus so much on tough things that it stops you in your tracks. That so much that you're so focused on woulda, coulda, shoulda, basically. Okay, make sure you are focusing on your future and your ambition and anything that you can create, and devote yourself to being free and transformation. Devote yourself to being free, transforming to self-mastery, using your time wisely on this earth and healing. And if there's any inexperience, that's the whole point. You want to focus more on devoting yourself to transformation and healing, and not so much on the rough patches. Okay? All right. So that's what I get from that energy message here. Let's see what else. Okay, so destiny, make sure you're not. All right, we're all going through a spiritual awakening. That's just the time in the collective right now. It doesn't matter what beliefs or religions or what spirituality path that you're taking. Everybody's at a different level. Everybody wakes up at a different time, and some people are still asleep, and that's fine. But make sure that when it comes to your destiny, especially if you know or have an idea about, okay, what my destiny is supposed to be, or what my purpose is supposed to be, or what am I doing with my life, or what do I want to do with my life, make sure you're not allowing any insecurities. Okay, any insecurities. Oh, I'm not perfect. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that. I don't know where to start. Make sure those little voices in your head or anybody in your life is not preventing you, making you insecure, making you second guess yourself when it comes to your growth and your self-worth. Okay? What else? And that insecurity could be coming from self, or it could be coming from the environment. But you, somewhere along the line, we've all been presented with, okay, a little bit of insight or a little bit of hint of possibly our destiny. And the only thing that could, especially if you're in a position, maybe financially you could do it, or maybe you do have a supportive group, or maybe you do have a little bit where you can start on it part-time, your destiny, to focus on your growth and your self-worth. Just make sure the insecurity is not holding you back. In order to be, working in that, we all have to experience. Nobody just starts off perfect. Okay. Some people do start out perfect, which is great, but you have to go through certain cycles in order to continue to practice makes perfect. All right. Let's see, self-worth. Make sure you're not allowing. All right, what else? Yeah, so when it comes to any self-worth and the growth and any grief, make sure faith and prayer are overriding self-worth and grief and growth. Make sure that is overriding any type of heart chakra. Okay, heart chakra issue. So heart chakra is anything that wears and tears on our heart. Okay, make sure you are firm in your faith and consistent in prayer. Anything else? Okay, so yeah, despite any insecurity or lack of self-worth or any lack of growth or any grief, faith and prayer are going to override all those things. And as long as you're in faith and prayer, firm in faith and consistent in prayer, then you won't be robbed of a direction. You won't be robbed of a direction to go when it comes to your destiny, your quest, for you to just even find the next step on what you have to do in life. So you can't, unfortunately, spiritual warfare or spiritual beliefs or not, if you don't believe in anything and you're not consistent in prayer, then yeah, you're gonna feel lost when it comes to like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? Or what can I do with my life? All right, let me see what else. And don't be focusing on, do not focus on things that are happening in the world, news, maybe what's happening in the neighborhood, the local community, where you observe a lot of unhappy people. You observe a lot of unhappy, people in the world. Unfortunately, there are a lot of unhappy people in the world, but this is not about them. This is about we have to remind ourselves that this is about our individual life. You know, our world is what we make it to be. We're all entitled to make our world what we want it to be. So that's what I'm getting. Make sure you are not focusing on what you see visually, and more focus on what you are receiving from the Most High, God, the universe, when it comes to making any type of decisions. Continue to stay in any type of perseverance. Okay, perseverance, despite you may be tired or not, like it overrides any type of confusion. And as long as you're being consistent in your perseverance, you have an opportunity to make your finances work for you, whatever that may be, small or large. Accept the fact that, nothing is perfect. And accept the fact that nothing is perfect. And we have to use, we have to use our perception. Okay? We have to use our perception on what we see, unfortunately. Everything is not what is cracked up to be what you see. So make sure you are using your spirituality and your third eye. And don't focus so much on what other people's perception is of you. That's what I get. Make sure, you're being patient with yourself and not being impatient when it comes to any type of discovering forgiveness, balance. Just make sure you are being patient with yourself. And at the rate that the world is going also, make sure you're just being patient when you're just dealing with people in general. And that could be at work, that could be in the grocery store, that could be at the gas station, local community. As long as you're self-aware of yourself, then you know what you're capable despite what you may be receiving out when you go into the world or community. All right, let me see. Anything else? That one. All right, 2 more and then we'll be finished. 20 minutes. All right. Anything else? I feel like the readings are kind of repeating itself, but it's not bad. All right. The more happy you are with self, and the more sweet you are to yourself and kind to others. And I know it's really hard, but remember, this is about self-mastery and, taking care of yourself when it comes to bringing in prosperity, abundance. It doesn't matter what darkness or what magic or anything that wants to interfere, you will receive the love in the back end, okay? Because that's what happens when it comes to the law, when it comes to Most High, God, your spirit team, your angels. When it comes to prosperity and receiving abundance within self or working, don't worry about any type of interference. It's always going to be love. All right, let me keep it moving. Let's see what else. All right, so yeah, when it comes to anything that you are passionate about, if it's putting you in overdrive, where it's like, oh, when you want something so bad, you need to stop and reflect and possibly focus more on your strength, your creativity, and cleansing anything that's keeping you in possibly like not good passion, okay? Not good passion, like obsession, something that you're obsessive about. Make sure you need to stop and reflect on like, okay, is this a healthy passion or is this a toxic passion? And cleansing and being creative and using your strength and using any type of reflection will help with that. You'll never be like angry or feeling uneasy as long as you're not in that obsessive energy. That's what I'm getting. So when it comes to anything that you feel like, okay, you know, I want it and I want it now type vibe, then, you know, that's being impatient with yourself. Especially if it's not good, you know, whatever that may be, you know, possibly maybe working too much or, you know, eating too much or just doing something that is just like keeping you out of balance. It's interfering with your strength. It's causing you to be weak. That's what I'm getting. All right. Make sure you're comfortable when it comes to your spiritual protection. If you're feeling uneasy, then there could be some leaky energy somewhere or something that is interfering with your energy or environment. Make sure you're focusing on your ideas and growth. And make sure you're like stretching, exercising, relaxing, maybe working out, movement, and resting. When it comes to your intuition, what I'm getting when it comes to your spiritual intuition or your knowledge of spirituality or your beliefs, there could be a lack of trust or possibly maybe you're fearing your own power, your own intuition, your own maybe something is causing fear when it comes to disruption. Yeah, so something could be causing you fear or disrupting your crown chakra, which is you get downloads from Most High, your third eye, your spiritual eye to kind of see through maybe something, to see past the veil. What I get with that is maybe focusing more on peace within self or being in peaceful environments so that it doesn't instill any fear when it comes to your beliefs or disrupting the fact that for some reason you don't have a belief, or that your beliefs are weak. That's what I'm getting. Something about fear or disruption when it comes to your spiritual insight. And it is causing the lack of confidence, and you're feeling rejected, possibly by God or your spirit team or your angels, because there are some energies or entities or possibly environment that is creating you to be sad, and it's basically robbing you of your faith. But make sure you're just surrendering your energy when it comes to God and using your determination so that you're not frustrated. Create some space so that you can trust yourself and go with the flow, and you'll be successful. Okay. Make sure you are protecting your conscience. Okay. Make sure, despite what's going on in the environment or the world, make sure you're protecting your conscience, and so that you'll be happy, less anxiety, and it won't be so much of a mystery. Okay. And that'll help with any balance and any pain or anything like that. All right, 28 minutes. Damn, I didn't want it to be this long. I don't like when it's that long. All right, let me keep going. We got one last sec, and then we will be finished. Let's see this last sec. What else do we need to know? Okay. You are safe. You are good enough, and your spiritual commitment is being tested. Okay? Be bold and make moves. A win-win outcome is in the forecast, and don't let anything hold you back. All right? Have faith in your dreams. I like that last one. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. All right, let's see what's the closing message here. Oh, this is beautiful. You're priceless. Okay. All right. My name is Zena. Thank you for watching Zenagallery. I hope you enjoyed the energy message that I have for today. It is, what's today? Monday in 2022. So have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.